are you here? Tell me! He's here for me.
Tony Hawk's Pro Skater is the first Tony Hawk game released on the next gen of the early 2000s.
Oh my god, this is so HD!
And was the first game with online capabilities and introduces a thing called hidden combos,
Why would you tell me that?
which is pretty much double flips and triple flips and the such like that. Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3 introduces pedestrians into the game, which makes the game feel more lively and is a pretty nice touch. The game also brings back the medal placement levels, and is a nice touch to see other characters, whether they be skaters, judges, or just pedestrians. The game also introduces customization for female characters in the game. Lots of familiar faces in this game as the past cast. Mine is Bob Burnquist. Apparently he was in ESPN's X Games Skateboarding, which I didn't even know existed, but replacing him is wild but lovely Bam Margera. But Bob would be added in the rest of the games in the series. This game brings back Officer Dick and Private Carrera, and a bunch of other fun characters along with Darth Maul, Wolverine, and Ollie the Magical Bum, who is a character we see in a couple of games and is a weirdly interesting character. Kelly Slater, which was used for promotion for his game at the time. Demoness, which is pretty much just a demon. The Neversoft Eyeball. Doom Guy for the PC version only, and X-Ray, which is pretty much an X-ray of the skeleton and is only on the Xbox. The game has 8 main levels: Foundry, Canada, Rio, Suburbia, Airport, Skater Island, Los Angeles, and Tokyo, Japan, along with some other bonus levels such as Cruise Ship, Warehouse, Burnside, and Roswell. 3 of these levels which were seen in previous Tony Hawk games. So the game opens with probably the worst intro level so far into the series. Not saying that the level is not bad, but it's just not great either. Feels like it's a little too much going on in such a small area. They have the familiarity of rolling in like the first 2 levels, but it's just not the same. This game is pretty much just an updated version of the newer games.
Duh!
And the game feels nice and a lot less clunky, especially being on the newest consoles at the time. The game had a killer soundtrack that honestly is one of my favorites out of all the games. Now, it only has 20 songs, which so far in the series is the most, and it ranges anywhere from the Ramones to Exhibit. With the more advanced consoles, Tony Hawk's Pro Skater introduces blood. That's right, blood. Bailing when you fall. It hurts. Now, the game sold 2.4 million copies worldwide, which wasn't as much as the previous game, but still enough to birth another sequel. Now, with Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 3, it earned a perfect score, 10 out of 10, on GameSpot, and is the top-rated PS2 game on Metacritic, tying with GTA 3. Now, growing up, this was a game I never personally owned, and I pretty much disregarded it as being a fan of the series and just kind of pushed it aside from the other games. Now, my cousin also played games, and he owned this, and from what I can remember, he had it on the N64, which is obviously a downgrade compared to the other versions of the game, but still the game nonetheless. Only real memory I have of this game is just playing the first level, and that's really it. Now, recently, in the past, I have acquired this game and played it through. Being a man who has played Pro Skater 4 beforehand, it pretty much just is Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 4 that plays like Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 2. Going through this game now as a 23-year-old, I must say this game, it might have some of the most aesthetically pleasing maps and some of my favorite maps of the series. I do think the Foundry level was pretty meh, like I said previously, as well as Rio. It just kind of seems like it's just, both those levels kind of just seem like they're just there. But Canada, Suburbia, Airport, Los Angeles, and Cruise Ship are all freaking awesome levels. And not to mention, Cruise Ship is a level that has some sort of mystery to it and a lot of hidden features. The game is generally good. And I think for the time it was deserving of that 10 from GameSpot and a 9.7 from IGN. But this is one of the few games that doesn't have any emotional value for me, which doesn't discredit the game. It's a fun game with some great levels, and I understand why maybe the general public was tired of doing the same thing for 3 games straight and were ready for a change. I think the game was great. It played through really good, but I don't really have much to say about this game. It's just kind of a game that you play and then you move on. No real emotional value for me, maybe for other people, but it kind of just feels like it's a game that's just there. So this video was interesting. I don't have much to say about this game, but it doesn't mean it's bad. It's just there in the Pro Skater series for me. Now I'm assuming there's a 4th game.
Let's get right to it. Is there a 4th game? Why won't you answer me? Yes? Sam? There's a 4th game, isn't there? Yeah, there's a 4th game, yeah.